Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, always great to have you here. Today we're diving into a juicy entertainment topic that's been making waves. Out of dozens of beautiful women, why did Chen Zheyuan's gaze fix only on Li Qin? Yes, you heard that right. We're talking about how two big names in the Chinese entertainment world seem to be showing a special kind of connection, and what that might mean. So grab your popcorn, get comfy, and let's unravel this story together, because this one's got layers. The thing is, when you're in the spotlight like Chen Zheyuan, surrounded by admiring eyes, various co-stars, red carpet events, press tours, it can seem like you'd have many possible connections. Yet, somehow, the attention, the chemistry, the vibe seems pointed specifically at Li Qin. Why is that? What makes her stand out from the crowd? And is there something deeper going on than just coincidence or casual film industry pairing? One way to start, let's take a look at both of their careers, their current image, and how public perception might be shaping this narrative. Chen Zheyuan made quite an impact in youth drama roles, building a solid fanbase and image. According to his biography, he rose to international attention in 2023 thanks to his leading role in the drama Hidden Love. He's got the looks, the charm, and the momentum. On the other side, Li Qin is a respected actress in her own right, someone whose presence commands attention. In a sea of beautiful women, perhaps she brings a combination of talent, maturity, and a presence that resonates with Chen's vibe and the kind of connection fans are noticing. So perhaps one reason his gaze seemed locked on her is simply that she matches what he projects and what the fans project onto him. Chemistry on and off screen matters. When two accomplished actors share a set or appear together in public, even fleeting moments can spark speculation. Fans love to read into those glances, the body language, the way one actor might linger for an extra beat when the other laughs, or look at them slightly differently. And here's where the narrative becomes even more intriguing: there's a project that brings them together. According to Chen Zheyuan's biography, he co-starred with Li Qin in a costume drama titled Fated Hearts, which began filming July 2024, ended in October. A collaborative project often builds familiarity, and familiarity can lead to genuine connection or at least give the appearance of one. Long hours on set, shared scenes, close proximity, it's a melting pot for emotions, professional synergy, and yes, the kind of moment that might make someone stand out among dozens of women. But let's go even deeper. Why does this matter, not just for them but for the fans, for the media, for the culture of celebrity coupling in China and beyond? First, stars are not just actors, they're brands. For Chen Zheyuan, aligning with Li Qin might position him in a slightly different echelon. Someone who can match the gravitas of a seasoned actress, someone whose presence signals seriousness, depth. Fans pick up on that. When a rising star pairs, even tangentially, with an established star, it sends a message. For Li Qin, being the focal point of such attention from someone of Chen's stature can amplify her brand too. Think about it, when you're the one whose name keeps popping up in these why him and why her kinds of headlines, suddenly the public curiosity escalates. The media narrative spins: why him? Why her? What's between them? And that pulls viewership, social media engagement, headline clicks. So from a media ecosystem view, there's a reason it happens. Now, let's talk about the human element, because behind all the flashing lights and red carpets there are actual people. Chen Zheyuan, by all appearances, is at a stage in his career where he's grown beyond just young handsome actor and stepping into more substantial roles. He might be looking for a connection that reflects that maturity. Li Qin, with her experience and track record, might embody qualities he values: confidence, poise, depth, authenticity. It's possible his gaze is drawn not just to beauty, but to something more resonant. There's also the idea of uniqueness. Among dozens of beautiful women, one might genuinely stand out because of something intangible: a laugh, a way of being, a moment of vulnerability caught on camera. Fans often point to chemistry as that intangible: a glance, a smile, a micro moment. When those show up repeatedly, the fan narrative builds: look, he's always looking at her. These observations amplify with every red carpet photo, every behind-the-scenes clip, every coincidence of timing. Another layer is audience psychology. In the celebrity world, people love to ship. They love to believe that two talented, attractive, public-facing individuals are connected beyond work. When you see selective attention, subtle body language cues, shared projects, you start filling in the blanks, and so do the tabloids and fan forums. The headline "Why did Chen Zheyuan's eyes only turn to Li Qin?" feeds that curiosity. It's not just about them, it's about us. The viewers, wanting the story of connection, of love, of someone choosing someone among many. From the star's perspective, this attention can be both blessing and burden. On one hand, this kind of narrative helps visibility, their names trend, their photos go viral, their projects get extra hype. On the other hand, it invites scrutiny. Are they really a couple? Is this just chemistry for show? Are they playing it up or trying to keep it low-key? The more the story builds on one actor's gaze fixed on another, the more the public wants confirmation. And stars sometimes have to navigate that fine line between personal life and professional image. Let's consider the timeline a little bit. While concrete details about personal relationships may be scarce, as they often are in the Chinese entertainment industry, we do know the project Fated Hearts exists as a connecting piece between them. That alone creates opportunity, scenes together, shared publicity, synchronized schedules. That kind of shared space can spark affiliation. And when fans observe that Chen Zheyuan's gaze appears more attentive toward Li Qin in public appearances, well, from the outsider's perspective, it seems meaningful. In addition, there's the element of optics. In public, celebrities often cultivate an image. Maybe Chen Zheyuan wants to be seen as someone who chooses quality, depth, someone whose attention has substance. Li Qin may represent that. Among many, choosing her, or appearing to choose her, signals something. It's storytelling at a meta level. The actor's choice becomes a part of his narrative. And for fans, it's fun to decode. We should also touch on chemistry in the professional sense. Big drama productions often explore the dynamic between actors. Even if there's no romantic reality behind the scenes, if two actors generate strong on-screen energy, the media and fans tend to interpret it as something real. Maybe Li Qin brings out a different side of Chen Zheyuan, one more relaxed, more genuine, more playful, or conversely more serious, more focused. And when that happens, his gaze might change. His posture might shift. Those subtle cues matter more than we often admit. Another angle, beyond talent and image, there's compatibility. Social circles, values, career goals, all these matter. Sometimes among dozens of beautiful women, one person stands out not because she's more visually striking, but because she connects with the actor on a deeper level: shared values, mutual admiration, similar life stage. For Chen Zheyuan, who is ascending in his career, maybe Li Qin represents grounding or a future vision. The public might not see the private conversation, but they sense there's something different. He looks her way, the frame shifts. And let's talk fan perception, because this is where a lot of the narrative builds. Fans watch every move, a glance at an award ceremony, a caught moment on camera, a social media share. They analyze these, sometimes wildly. When the headline says out of dozens of women, his eyes fix on her, fans take that as meaningful, and then they overlay their own hopes, fantasies, and projections. Some may become her fans because of this narrative. Others may become protective. That attention puts both Chen Zheyuan and Li Qin under a different kind of spotlight, where it's no longer just two actors co-star, but maybe a couple, maybe more than friends, or maybe connection beyond work. That alone fuels the story. It's also worth considering cultural context. In the Chinese entertainment industry, image, matchmaking rumors, and who pairs with who carry additional weight. For actors, being associated with a high-profile, well-respected co-star like Li Qin can elevate status. Meanwhile, the actor being selective or appearing selective can enhance his aura. So when the narrative suggests that Chen Zheyuan's gaze locked onto Li Qin, it also aligns with a kind of aspirational story. The young superstar acknowledges, chooses, or at least focuses on the veteran star. That resonates with audiences who enjoy narratives of admiration, respect, elevation, connection. Now, let's shift to what this might mean for future projects. If indeed there is something special or perceived as special between them, that might influence casting choices, promotional activities, even endorsements. For Chen Zheyuan, being aligned with Li Qin could open doors to roles with more maturity or prestige. For Li Qin, her involvement with newer rising talents who show attention to her can keep her relevance high. The media narrative of why him, why her is itself a promotional tool. So with the public gaze locked on this pairing, both stars might benefit professionally even if personally they are just friends or colleagues. But as with all celebrity stories, we must keep in mind, not everything is as it appears. Just because his gaze seems fixed doesn't necessarily mean romantic involvement. It might simply mean admiration, professional respect, or a moment in time magnified by cameras and fan commentary. The human experience behind public figures is often much more nuanced. Long working hours, team dynamics, schedule overlaps, even wardrobe consultants who dictate where actors look and how they pose. So sometimes what seems like fixed gaze is a composite of many factors. Yet that very ambiguity is what fuels fan intrigue. We can also think about how fans react. When the narrative frames it as "why did he look at her" among so many, fans start rooting. They create theories, speculations, fan fiction, shipping hashtags, trending topics. The actor and actress might respond, or not, to these narratives. Their public appearances may either lean into it, smiling together, coordinated outfits, or lean away, keeping distance, avoiding giving signs. Their PR teams likely monitor the story. For Chen Zheyuan and Li Qin, if they consciously choose to engage with this narrative, it becomes part of their image architecture. So what's our conclusion? Why, in a crowd of beautiful women, did Chen Zheyuan's eyes seem to lock on Li Qin? Because she may simply be the one who aligns with his professional growth, who matches his maturity and image, who creates the kind of synergy that fans and media interpret as the one. She stands out not merely by looks or fame alone but by combining talent, presence, and compatibility in the public eye. And when the cameras catch him looking her way, the story writes itself. And beyond that, this story reveals something universal. We are drawn to connections, to moments when two stars seem to align, when professional respect becomes personal vibe, when fleeting glances become meaningful. And we, as audience, amplify it, dissect it, celebrate it. Because in the end, we want stories of human connection, even in this highly curated celebrity world. Alright folks, that wraps up today's deep dive into the why behind Chen Zheyuan's attention to Li Qin. Of course, like all celebrity stuff, a lot is speculation and head tilting at camera angles, but it's fun, it's intriguing, and it gives us a peek behind the glam. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and tap the bell so you won't miss our next episode where we dig into more juicy celeb stories with relaxed vibes and no boring bits. Drop your thoughts in the comments. What do you think? Just professional admiration, romance in the air, or simply good PR? Until next time, keep that curiosity alive, keep on enjoying the stories behind the stars, and I'll see you soon. Peace out.